This is Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much for viewing my video. As always, please like and subscribe. I sincerely appreciate that. In this video, I'm going to mention what I think is the best listening medium. What type of audio component provides the highest fidelity of listening pleasure in a high fidelity system. What I mean by that is, what sounds best? CD, reel-to-reel tape, MP3, cassette. I'm going to list them from 10, my least favorite, down to 1, my favorite. You leave yours in the comments section below. Oh, by the way, when you make your assessment or assertion, say, for example, you're going to say something like, you know, CD sounds much better than a vinyl, Kenny. Well, if you're going to make that assertion or leave that opinion, leave the equipment you use to come up with that opinion in the comment section below, instead of just using theory and measurements. List the equipment you use to come up with that opinion. Because when I can, on some of these components, I'm going to give model numbers and manufacturers on some of these, at least the ones that I can, the ones that I derive my opinion from. This came from decades of listening to music. So I thought I'd put this list together, 10 down to 1. Oh no, by the way, that component you saw me holding in the thumbnail picture of my video, that is a Mcintosh MR78 tuner. That is not included. FM radio is not included in this in my 10, but I must say that MR78 tuner is probably the most pleasurable experience I had listening to FM radio. That Mcintosh MR78 tuner is fantastic. But anyway, I'm getting to my top 10. I'm going to start off with my least favorite, number 10. I'm going down to number 1. Number 10 is MP3. Now, MP3 is a great way to listen to music. It's very convenient. And the average consumer, let's face it, they don't care about this audiophile stuff. So it's great. It suffices just fine for the average consumer. Some of these portable players that they have these days, or had back in the day. I had some back in the day. It sounds really good, but it's not up to par compared to some of the other listening modes that I'm going to mention later in the video. So MP3, although it's very convenient, it is absolutely fine and great for the average consumer. But for the audiophile, it has to come in 10th on my list. So MP3 comes in 10. Coming in number 9 are these little things, minidisc. I used to have a ES line mini disc recorder back in the day, I should say. As a matter of fact, I think it had like a couple of them. I thought they were so cool when they first came out because of the editing capabilities. It wasn't high fidelity sound, but it was good enough. And Sony made some really good units. And like I said, they were good for editing, you know, moving tracks around and stuff like that. I thought they were super cool at the time. I don't have one now. All I held on to is some of these small portable ones that I used to use back in the day. I still have this, and I think I have another one as well. But it's not up to par, again, with some of the better modes of listening to music, in my opinion, that I'm going to mention in this video. So mini disc, they get slot number 9. Slot number 8. I used to have this digital audio recorder. It was a Technics SV-P100. And it was one of the first consumer digital recorders on the market. I don't think it was the first. It was one of the first. Came out in the early 80s. I read some article. I think it was in Stereophile magazine. And the unit cost $3,000. $3,000 in the early 80s was a lot of money. I was in college and I didn't have any money. So when I first graduated from college, when I saved the money real quickly, a few years after that, I bought one used for $1,000. I live in Southern California. This guy was selling one in Beverly Hills. I went to his house, one of the nicest houses I've been in my life. It's a cool dude. Bought it for $1,000. I had it up to like maybe, I don't know, 4 years ago, and I think I sold it on eBay because I wasn't using it. It was taking up space in terms of my component shelf. But that was a cool unit to have at the time. A Technics SV-P100. Comes in slot 8. That was a cool sound. Oh, by the way, recorded on VHS tapes. I'll show you. I have a picture of it. You can barely see it in here. This picture was taken for insurance purposes. I took a series of like maybe 8 pictures of my stereo system. You can barely, at the time in 1990, you can barely see it right there. That's a Technics SV-100. SV-100. I took this picture in 1990, soon after I bought my first house in 1989. So that comes in 8. Coming in number 7 is DAT, D-A-T tape. I had one, you know, soon after they came out. And I guess soon after they came out, they were the rage. I think somewhere around the 80s. You know, clean recording sound, clean digital sound. It was better than my Technics SV-100 in terms of sound. So that gets slot number 7. I still have a DAT deck. It's a Sony DTC-75ES. It's not a high-end DAT deck, but it's quite good. And I still have it in my system to this day. DAT gets slot number 7. Coming in at number 6 is a cassette. Now, my cassette deck is a Nakamichi Dragon. Those of you who have not seen my Nakamichi Dragon, it can be seen in my room system tour video. But when you hear cassette on a Nakamichi Dragon, it's a beautiful experience when it comes to extracting the detail from that very thin tape format. Hearing it on a Nakamichi Dragon, if you have not heard it on a Nakamichi Dragon, it'll change your mind in terms of cassettes. I used to have several high-end cassettes back in the day. I kept the Nakamichi Dragon, I still have it, but this one right here is a Tandberg 3014A. And above that is a Nakamichi, I think it was a BX300, I think, above that. I use a BX300, probably have the wrong model number, for dubbing. But the Tandberg 3014A is right on par with the Nakamichi Dragon. I had the Nakamichi Dragon, the Tandberg 3014A, and the top-of-line Revox cassette decks all at the same time. That's how much I was into audio at that time. I used to love the cassette sound. I was trying to get the supreme performance out of the cassette, so I have 3 of those. But I kept my Dragon, I always will. Nakamichi Dragon cassette sound comes in 6. I was really tempted to put that over some of the digital formats, but for now I'm gonna put it at 6. It might be even better than some of the digital formats. Is that great? But for now, until further notice, I'm gonna keep it at slot number 6. Coming at 5 is a CD. CDs are great. They're convenient. They're cheap compared to records. They sound great. Oh, by the way, I listen to my CDs on a Sony SCD-XA9000ES Super Audio SACD player. Also play CDs. I also have a backup CD player. It's a Sony CDP-XA9000ES CD player, and that's great too. But I love the sound of CDs, especially if you have a D to A converter, a DAC. And mine is a Denafrips Pontus 15th edition DAC. So the digital output goes from my SACD player. By the way, you can't. There's no digital out for the DSD stream on my Super Audio CD player, but there is one for CDs, and the output goes to my Denafrips Pontus 15th edition DAC, and listening to CDs through that DAC, awesome experience. I love the sound of CDs. If you get one that's mastered right, awesome experience listening to CDs. CDs comes in 5th on my list. In 4th is SACD. Again, listen to SACDs on my older Sony XA9000ES Super Audio CD player. It's just an amazing experience. That thing is giving me no problems this day. I've had it for a long time. I know they probably make better ones, but I love that thing to death. Sounds sweet. SACDs comes in 4th. You know what? Tied for 4th is DVD audio. DVD audio is almost close on par with SACDs. I have a Denon DVD 3910 player that it plays SACDs, DVD audio, and CDs. You know, DVD audio, you know, the multi-channel DVD audio disc. This is Frank Sinatra Live at the Sands as an example. the Moody Blues, Days of Future Past, his legendary transcendent album on DVD audio, multi-channel DVD audio, I believe, and Marvin Gaye, Forever Yours. Just some examples of DVD audio. Sounds grand. I'm going to put DVD audio on SACDs tied at fourth. Coming in third are high-res files. You know those 192 kilohertz 24-bit files? I have a Sony Z1ES high-res player. The digital output going to my Pontus 50th edition DAC. What a amazing combination it is in terms of listening to digital sound. Those high-res files sound amazing. They're inexpensive compared to albums. It's a great source of listening music if you have the right equipment, and God bless me with some cool equipment. That comes in third, high-res files, high-res listening on great equipment, though. I'm talking about listening on good equipment. I'll mention my equipment. If you leave your opinions, please leave your equipment in the comment section below. Coming in second, vinyl turntables comes in second. I have a Rega P8 turntable with a Apheta 3 cartridge and a Technics SP-15 turntable with a Hana ML cartridge. Listen to vinyl, a clean album, a well-mastered album. It's a beautiful experience when your system is set up right and you have a right equipment. You know, I have a tube amplifier, a balanced Audio-Technica VK60 tube amplifier. My preamp amplifier is a Pass Labs X2 preamplifier. It's a beautiful sound. I think a lot of people who boohoo records, I don't know if they properly listen to albums on a properly set up turntable with a great cartridge. And it's a great turntable manufacturer. I think a lot of people really should experience the sound of vinyl on a great turntable. And I don't think a lot of people have done that. They just assume that digital sounds better. Over my listening tests over the years, analog sounds better on vinyl. Just my opinion on my system with my ears. Opinions may vary based on your equipment experience. Coming in number one, it's a reel-to-reel. It's not even close. I have a Revox A700 reel-to-reel. That's my best one. I also have a Tandberg 10XD reel-to-reel. They sound awesome. A reel-to-reel sound. It's not even close. Reel-to-reel sound is the most supreme listening experience I've had in my life on my system. But please leave your what do you think is best listening experience in terms of the medium that you listen to or been exposed to in your life in the comment section below. That would be super cool. But like I said, reel-to-reel is number one on my list. Vinyl turntable comes in number two. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. You wonder what's in the background? This is an old brochure from a Santa Monica, California, April 9th, 10th, 1988. Stereophile presents a high-end show. I think this is my first high-end, I believe it is, hi-fi show I've been to. I remember this in 1988 as if it was like 2 minutes ago. That's how crystal clear it is on my mind. Also some reel-to-reel tapes. Chambers Brother, The Time Has Come. What a great transcendent song that is, no doubt, and the great Lionel Hampton on vibes. I guess you guys all remember these audio equipment directories. I couldn't wait for these to come out. I still have a lot of these to this day. I have some of them. They're cool to have. Now everything's on the internet. That's cool and convenient too. But please leave your comments in the comment section below. Check out those Amazon affiliate links. Even if you don't, in a description below, even if you don't buy those products and go through those links and purchase something you actually need, want, and desire, I'll still get a commission for that sale if you purchase it through those links. I also have a PayPal donation link in the description below if you want to donate to my channel. Thank you very much for viewing my video. God bless, strong love, keep the peace worldwide.